Alright, so this should be going, and as you can see, I am back in Darksiders 3. Why am I back? Well, considering we're probably seeing this, gonna be doing another image quality analysis kind of thing. That should be at windowed full screen. I have Radiant Chill enabled, and I briefly disabled because something weird was happening and I hit again, but that's set to F11, and that's also to go through, hey, is it full screen or not? Anyway. Before going too far, though, even though this isn't connected to the review, it still is the case that the key for Darksiders 3 was provided. So anyway, back to this. So previously, I had gone through and done a performance analysis, image quality analysis, graphics quality analysis, looking for the minimum acceptable quality, where the idea is that below, and these are the settings that I have written out, below these, you can really see the difference. That it's, like, if you can run it this. If you can run better. Hopefully you're not stuck having to run it at worse. Like how I remember with low, yeah, it's basically shadows off. You don't want shadows off in general. You just don't. And anti-aliasing, I can look at the notes that I have. What was it for anti-aliasing? Oh, that's right. Medium can work, but it leaves artifacting, so. Okay, yeah. So, here, if I do this, just, as a sort of refresher kind of thing, there's artifacting on the talisman that's hanging from her hip that we're looking at. And, yeah, it's just, I didn't want to put up with that. I guess, technically, though, that should be still okay. Low looks like it's off, which, yeah, it means that everything's nice and sharp, but that shimmer is just, like, over there, it's a bit much. Yeah, so it was like there was some artifacting at medium. High seems to do a better job. That's why the minimum was high. But now I'm back to figure out the maximum acceptable. So the idea here, if you haven't seen it anywhere else, my explanation for that is maximum acceptable is basically going above these settings. You don't really see the visual impact. It's not really worth it. So that's the idea here, is that I'm just following it up because I'm going to be doing a performance analysis as well. This video is going to be part of it, where I go through different hardware, different graphics cards, in a test system I built so that I can do that without taking down my desktop, which is what I'm currently running it on. So yeah, not looking at performance here, just the quality. Alright, so, and I did have to review the other video to remember where I tested these things. So, okay. Starting with shadow quality, I don't know why it thinks it's windowed, but anyway. Medium was the minimum to me, and let's, maybe medium should also have been for anti-aliasing, but it's still, it's like, some of those artifacts were really, really annoying me, and they're always there. Oh wait, yeah, that's right, there was also a weird lighting artifact I remember now. There have been patches, so maybe that's been fixed. I'll look at that when I get back to anti-aliasing. Let's go up to Epic, see how this looks. And I also could just look at my notes. So I have that from before. Okay, so in my notes it says that I think that the difference between medium through epic is just the level of detail distance. So basically, if I do this, low we see it, medium is that. And I should also note that I am, my screen is 2048 by 1152. Think of it like 1080 plus, okay? It's a little bit better. So, there may be some details where it's like at 1440p, it stands out that, oh my god, how can you say that, you don't need this high setting, you need it so badly at this. It's like, I'm not playing at 1440. I'm not playing at 4K. I'm playing at a little bit above 1080. I have no idea if anyone's going to freak out that way, but it's just trying to head that off. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything different. In this close-up, which is... I can see some changes. Let me quickly... Okay, good. Cursor is captured. Down here, I can see a little bit of a change. That would be a screenshot difference, though. That this is paused, I'm looking at it, I see the difference. While playing, I don't think I'd spot it. I do see a little bit of a shimmer to the shadows just as they move. That might be, you know, some aliasing in there. Not seeing with Epic, so it may also be then that higher Epic increases the resolution for the shadows, for the shadow map. Let me go back to medium. I'm not seeing it at high, so I just want to confirm. Yeah, I'm seeing, if you look up here at the, I hope this survives the video compression. But if you look up here at the edges, you'll see the shadows kind of jump a little bit, so it's a jittered, a stuttery movement. That would be if it's actually being rendered at a lower resolution and then being shown here, because it looks like it would be like polygon popping. Yeah, can basically see it in all the like individual things there. Okay, but at high, I'm not seeing it. Maybe you can, but I'm not. So, and you know what? I also just realized I'm doing this wrong. Yeah. I just remembered. Oh wait, I'm supposed to work off of the high preset. Essentially, is what I want to work from. This is the reference, but it's still is something that anti-aliasing is the only thing that in this case should have really had a difference. So okay, so it's been a while, so I don't remember all the controls. Yeah, anti-aliasing is the only thing that may have impacted that, so I don't think changing in the others is gonna have an issue here. But okay, so this close-up, high is definitely an improvement. Okay. Just made a note about observing the polygon popping. Alright. So now let's move this up to Epic. I do have to say, I do love it when a game lets you make the changes without having to... where you can see them made in front of you. It just makes some things really easy. Like right now, I'm just trying to spot any difference, and I'm going to look at that specifically when I unpause it. But it's so annoying how some games, and I just cracked my ankle in case that the mic picked that up. Some games, though, they require like half the settings to need restarting, and that's one of the games I actually want to try doing this again on. Boy, that one, I'm not looking forward to that. That's part of the reason that I'm doing this a little differently. You know, I do spot a little bit the edges. If you look right over here, there's a light spot there. Hopefully this comes through. It's a little bit bigger on high, and you see that around that. So it could be a higher, that it's again a higher resolution. Or it could be something else, but the edges become... I guess softer would be accurate at Epic. So the shadows diffused wider. But definitely the edges is where there's a difference. That would be screenshot difference, though. Okay. Which I think is the term I want to use in the future. Alright, let's... Yeah, I'm gonna try to focus the shadows over there for now. I still don't have it lined up. I do remember the other spots. I looked at the video. The other spots to see. And I will also check the anti-aliasing stuff to see if that artifacting I observed before is still there. Because it has been months. It really has been. But after this, it'll maybe even longer because I will be needing to uninstall to make room for things. Alright, yeah, let's... Well, I like this angle better. What's up with that shadow? The one that formed right there. Didn't think that was just there, but maybe I just was looking around it. Okay, I can see a change right down here. And the note I had before was that it was level of detail distance. Okay, so that... Hang on. No. Come on. I don't like that it's not highlighting when I go over it with the mouse. Alright, Alright. Oh, I just realized I've been putting that in the wrong field. Alright, that... I have a row for what the actual option that I'm gonna go with is, and another row for the notes, and I was accidentally typing the notes into the wrong one, but that's easy. Alright. I'm going with high for the shadow quality here. I can see that there is some difference with Epic, but at least for where I am currently, it is a screenshot difference. Kind of difference between high and Epic. I'm getting some water, by the way. Alright. Yeah, and screenshot difference is... No, that's kind of the idea, is at what point are the differences screenshot differences, where you'll see it in the screenshots, you won't see it elsewhere. Because when that's the case, it's like, well, you don't really need to go above that, unless you want to. I mean, there's really no issue with wanting to go higher. I will admit, though, that for some of these games, after finding the minimum afterwards, it's like, okay, I may turn up some things, because it's like, well, I know I have the performance, I want it to look a little bit better, but there are other things where I'm going to leave it low, because it's like, I see that I don't really need it. Alright, I'm going to start at medium for the anti-aliasing, because it's also, I want to see if I can spot that artifacting, if that's been fixed. Oh my god, look right there, the foliage. What is that? That... Yeah, that's... Alright, Okay, if this is the case, then I do kind of know what's happening. Alright, so that is both spatial aliasing in the shadows there, because I can see primarily a diagonal pattern to it, but that would be spatial aliasing. But also it's temporal. Now the reason I'm saying that, because so there is some movement there, and that's also causing issues, is because when I had looked it up, what I saw, and I don't know a source for it, this game uses FXA and TAA as the options. So the fast approximate filtering, and also some implementation of temporal filtering. Hopefully it'll be out before this is. It almost certainly will be, although I still need to submit it. I did research into anti-aliasing stuff. I hate TAA. Not because it's a bad technology. No. Some of it I really like. I see it being very clever and very ingenious. It's so impressive. But there is such a spectrum of implementations. Some are really bad. This actually does look pretty good. There are others that are worse. I can't say that it's one of the best, though. But at high, I'm guessing, though, that it's low is off. Medium is just FXAA, because FXAA has no capacity for... It is not temporally stable. That's it. I'm trying to remember, was that in the documentation, or was that in one of the other papers that I read on it? It is not temporally stable. TAA would be addressing that. So, what would not surprise me is if it's something like... It's actually off... Oops, wrong one. Off, FXAA, TAA, and then FXAA plus TAA. Alright, but back to medium. So, I mean, yeah, that is not good. Where was it that I... No, this... Was it with this? I am not seeing it, but I do remember... It was also present at low. Where there was a blocking kind of thing. That actually, I'm not seeing it though. So it's possible that issue has been fixed. So that's good, but there is still how those shadows are behaving. So I may have a sort of update then to the minimum that because that artifact is not here anymore, it's acceptable. I'd still want to go higher if I could. And both FXAA, when I did some data collection on it in a different game, is very light. So at least for my Vega 64, but probably most modern GPUs, TAA, it'll depend, but it still shouldn't be too bad. Basically, if you can't go to high, is what I'm trying to get at. Alright. But coming back to the point, not just this new investigation of anti-aliasing. Where do we go for this? Okay, sorry, I was just reading through the notes. 3. Here's the... I'm gonna have to keep looking at that though, and actually let me quickly see. Okay, that's a screenshot I have of it. Maybe I'll be able to find it. I know where this location is too. I'm just right now trying to pull up the better screenshot. If I have it, I don't. Those are all other screenshots. Okay. That's fine though. This is This is fine. Alright, so... There. That's the angle. Let's see if it's... Because what I had observed previously was that around the edges of the crossblade, there was a horrible, horrible thing to it. And that was, I'm pretty sure that was connected to the anti-aliasing. I'll quickly look through the notes. So, I remember that. Yeah, had to have been anti-aliasing because I do remember it wasn't shadows. And I would have made sure of that note. Okay. So yeah, that has been fixed then. There's a part of me that wants to just like throw in the image, but I'm not going to do that. Alright, so... Looking at Epic... Actually, how I should do it is this. Can I spot aliasing at high? Yeah, one thing that is somewhat unfortunate... Yeah, I can see aliasing on the talisman at medium. But once I go to high, I am... Let me do that. You just heard the beeps because I turned off chill. I'm seeing a very slight motion blur to her, and I don't think I have a motion blur option enabled. I mean, maybe it's baked into something else. But that could also be a... yeah, I'm not spotting it with... when it's off. I mean, yeah, there's... I'm definitely seeing some softness to her as she's moving. Bump that up to Epic. I'm not seeing the same amount of softness, and it's weird because it's in motion. I can't pull out specifically what it is. Although I am definitely the one talisman and I'll have to check. No. No. There we go. Scorn. I could definitely see on this part of Scorn there was blurring. Oh yeah, that's... Epic is definitely doing a better job with the temporal. But... I don't know why I just got a text. Oh, that's why. Okay. That's fine. Mute it, though. You know what? There. The game has a cap at 62 FPS anyway. I can turn it off. Turn chill off. What is the... I don't remember all the key bindings. B is the walk and sprint. Okay. I'm just trying to spot if there's anywhere with aliasing at high, and I'm not really noticing any around here. I wouldn't be surprised if the difference between high and epic is how the temporal filtering is done, so that it reduces the blurring. Okay. Alright, Sorry, I was just... The new minimum for anti-aliasing is medium because it's addressed. That artifacting that I saw is addressed, so that's no longer an issue to impede it. I'm running around at high, aren't I? I'm just trying to decide, is it screenshot difference? Or is it not? Because there is a difference. My experience is we have a difference. My visual experience here is we have a difference. Is it enough? You know what? No, I'm overthinking this. The maximum acceptable is epic. It is epic because it's the difference. It is better than screenshot difference because it is visible, and it would basically be is there a purpose to going above high? That's the question. Yes, there is. There is a purpose. Therefore, epic is the is it. All right. So. Yes. It's just kind of weird to think about how maximum acceptable differs from minimum acceptable. Because it basically is, yes, there is a distinction between high and epic that does make it worth it. That it is in the foreground, is where you're going to be looking, as opposed to the shadows. Alright, view distance. Low is what I had been going with, and I keep wanting to hold shift to run. Yeah, him popping up hits the frame rate. So this is low. I want to establish what the difference is first. Okay, I can see some. That's right, I remember. It was like really minor stuff. I'm trying to look over at the roof to the right. I'm not really seeing a difference there, and that I would care more about than that stuff out there. Okay, this is... I'm still trying to settle in my mind exactly how I want to consider maximum acceptable. Which is funny, because I've already done another one of these videos. Where I had to wrestle with it, but the differences there were either... They were easier to say. Here, it's like... You know, it's like, can I see a difference between low and medium? Yeah. Do I care? No. So is there a difference from low to medium? Yes. So therefore, Medium would be a maximum acceptable above low. Medium to high, I can see a difference here. Therefore, high would be high to epic. That's what I'm trying to figure out. And this is, there aren't that huge number of places that necessarily will see it. Yeah, I'm not spotting it here. So I am gonna check in other areas, don't worry. But my feeling right now is it's high. It's just I'm gonna have to check in other areas. Where was this? I think it's just the world tree, so... Anyway, let's move on. Texture quality. So, yeah, my current note is basically what I said. I don't see a difference between high and epic, so I have to say, no, do it, basically. Alright, I need to look at my notes on this. Oh, this is Maker's Forge. That's right. Not the world tree. Alright, and the note I had was that I couldn't spot differences. It might be screenshot differences. I mean, there's definitely detail in the textures for this, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's standing out. And yeah, I'm not seeing it. Maybe at range. Nope. Alright, kind of want to curse. I really dislike that I cannot see a difference. Hang on, let me... Okay, so that isn't being captured. I just figured pull something up to help me a little bit. To maybe help me a little bit. Okay, so that's not showing anything. But this. Please help me. Oh, that's at least a little bit helpful. Ah, okay, so that's what's going on. Yeah, alright. I just checked the Radeon overlay and also Task Manager because it actually does tell you. There's no change to the VRAM usage between low and epic texture quality, which, because the game has been on and running for a while, doesn't actually have to mean anything, because it could just be that all the textures are loaded in and it's just not pulling them. It's not sampling them, it's not worrying about that, but it's leaving them there. I may need to restart the game to figure that out. I don't feel like restarting the game. Ah, boy. Actually, hang on. This may be a little useful. Alright. I am not seeing any difference on her arm. And there is some detail in that texture, too. Like, it has some scaling, some damage to it, so it's... Yeah. Alright, now I'm gonna try to focus on the tree. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. And unfortunately, it's also, textures are one of those things that can take a little bit before the change is obvious. But yeah, it's... I'm not seeing it. I'm legitimately not seeing it. So my note for... well, my decision currently is low. Reasoning, the notes, cannot spot difference between low and anything else. Just comparing to Epic. That should be underlined. Okay. So, yeah, be more clear on that. So basically, cannot spot the difference between low and anything else. Tested comparing to Epic. Might be resolution dependent for experience. By that I mean, maybe at 1440 or at 4K, the higher texture settings have an impact. I should also make a note, though, that this is Epic at Maker's Forge. So it's possible that another location may be better, but it is also possible that I would need to be running at a higher resolution to see the difference. Alright, so that's back where that is. Alright, so I'm trying to... Okay. Okay, so my notes from before basically already tell me what I need to know. That post-processing setting seems to control ambient occlusion. Low appears to be AO off, which is where it is currently. And in this game, ambient occlusion actually does make an impact. I mean, that is a stark difference. And that is, in fact, ambient occlusion, which I also want to point out. That I'm pretty sure, from what I've seen in other games when I've been turning it on and off, what it has just added, those shadows, that is what ambient occlusion adds. And this is a game that right here, you see that. In other places, maybe not so much, but it's also... I'm saying I wouldn't want that off, because this being flat, this almost looks like there are no... like there are no shadows. I just don't want her glowing right now, but... you go to that, I mean, look at that. That is so much better. If you can, you want to be at medium. Which is why I had the medium for the low. Actually, no, turn that back on. That actually isn't what I meant to do. That is. Because these are... see, some of this stuff might be post-processing. Okay. This isn't going to be very easy, actually. Now go up to that. Nope. See, I was hoping to see something like some kind of heat distortion effect, because that could be done post-processing. Well, that almost certainly would be done post-processing. You wouldn't have that being applied through the rasterization. That is work being done later by the shaders. I'm seeing some heat distortion. It's localized to just the crossblade, though. I was hoping to see something like a resolution difference. I'm really not spotting any difference. Hang on, I just remembered. No. That was a different game. game. That was Just Cause 4. Okay. Crap, what was it called? Edge shadow. That it was just putting a shadow on the edge of the screen. It's like, oh, that's what that is? I've been running with that on. I would have that off, because I don't want the edges darkened like that. Okay, from medium to high, I see a slight change. High to epic, I am seeing a change. I do see a change. Oh, god damn it. How worth it is it, though? I am not thinking it's worth it. Can I see it now? And the ambient occlusion is becoming better. But I am very much feeling like it's screenshot difference. Okay, I'm not really seeing much of a difference between medium and high, though. I will say that. That is not differentiated enough for me. I gotta look at this some more. Okay, so that's what that's doing. So it looks like at epic, that's when the foliage is casting a shadow down, which... I'm trying to remember... I guess that isn't necessarily contact shadows, but it also seemed like some of it may have been contact shadows, where that's shadows being cast on an object by the object. Shadow of the Tomb Raider has that. I did, by the way, when I mentioned earlier that I'd already done one of these videos looking at the maximum acceptable quality, I did it for Shadow of the Tomb Raider. And hopefully that one will come out before this. It has to be epic because I can see that difference. It's not just screenshot difference, but it is minor. So, because I can't see a difference between medium and high, I would say just don't bother with high. At least here, I'm not seeing it. I'll be looking at others, don't worry. Anti-aliasing I probably won't touch, though. Shadow quality 2 I probably won't touch when I go elsewhere. View distance, texture quality, post-processing, maybe effects and foliage quality that we haven't gotten to yet. Maybe those. But for right now... why did I even start talking about that? Anyway, medium and high, between medium and high, just go with medium. I'm not seeing the benefit to high currently. Ignore it. Epic, it's there. It is present, it is noticeable. It might... maybe it's screenshot difference, maybe not. I'm erring on the side that it's not, because... I mean, you can see that. It is going to influence the character, so... it's an acceptable upper limit to the range. And that's kind of the idea, is you would want to try to fall between minimum and maximum acceptable qualities. Alright, so moving on, effects quality. The heck? Oh. Helps if I turn that back on. Yeah, this thing. Which is weird. That is... Yeah, based on the notes, it's probably gonna be epic. Because... Oh, not sure why it hitched there. Well, may have been low or something. This pulsing. And you do see that in multiple places, like it's pulsing on there. No. Options. At medium, it still pulses, it's just... the frequency is higher. But my note is that at high... Oh, it's still pulsing, but it is definitely better. Epic, though, it doesn't seem to be pulsing at all. There is just, because part of this effect is multiple overlays, so that's why there's seemingly a change there, but it's like there's no pulsing on that. The writing around it. See, there's a little bit of pulsing to the black. So that's, whereas that isn't present on Epic. So that's nice. I can basically do this from the notes, from my previous notes. Epic removes pulsing to the effects. High is still good looking though. At some point I'm probably going to start abbreviating it as SD. But yeah, high is still good looking, but the difference is present and better than screenshot difference. So. Alright. Now, what are my notes for foliage? Low by MA, minimum acceptable standard. Seems to be decorative foliage is gone, so looks different but not strictly bad. Medium and up add more foliage, making it look better. Should be more of a ground decoration label than foliage. That's right, because it's not just foliage, it'll also be like debris and such. In one of the areas off from where the Hollow Lord of Hollows, off from him, I remember noticing that. And I have a note here, run medium if you can to give world more character. Alright. Okay. Got the foliage down here that was nicely lit, so we'll go back to that. And also, I'm lighting things. So yeah, low you don't really want to go to. Medium. Medium, it's present. So. But low doesn't hurt the game too much. That's probably the idea to the minimum acceptable. It's like, this isn't bad. And if that's the difference between playable and unplayable for you on your hardware, that's a sacrifice you can make, but look at maximum. And it definitely adds more. Okay. Yeah. Based on what I'm seeing right now, it is epic, because it is better than screenshot difference. It is just eye candy, though. And in a way, that's still a good thing. You know, yes, it is eye candy, so how necessary is it? No, it's not necessary. It's eye candy. But if you, it's still an acceptable range that we have here between the minimum and maximum. So go with what you want. Yeah. All right. Back to high. Yeah. All right. I think I had also looked down there, or back there where I had gone down. I'm thinking I'm not going to bother with that one this time.
What would you ask of this humble? Please take your time.
go here. Okay, I want to go here. Will you let me? There we go. And then another spot is, oh crap. I don't remember the name of it. I just remember where it is. Yeah, let me...
What would you ask of me? Please take your time.
No. Actually, no, this is it. It's... I think. Maybe it's not it. I think it is it. It's just I turned the other way. Yeah. So it's this, and I look over by where Dust Halls and Refinery is.
As you wish.
Okay.
Do make sure
Alright,
they scream.
I'm just trying to remember what are the options I still want to go through. You know, texture quality would be fair to look at here, so I'm gonna look at that. Alright, I can see some details up there. We'll just wait. Let textures stream in. They should be streamed in by now, though. I'm still not seeing anything to make it worth it. Really not. It's like now I'm trying to look very closely at the talisman. Like, do the characters on it become sharper? No, they don't. I'm sorry, I legitimately can't tell you what the difference is between the texture qualities. I can't. Alright, that high. Yes, I am not remembering correctly. I wanted to, like, have a dodge in the air, and I think that's something I even complained about in the game. It's like, I want to be able to, like, dodge forward, and it doesn't let me. Oh, wait, that's right, there is a spot right there that would have technically been closer. Ah, well. It's not a big deal. I think it's this way I'm going. Yep. I want to be out here. But... maybe I don't. Yeah, because I killed them, and I haven't died since I killed them. So they are still here. Alright, turn that off. I'll try again with the texture. But I'm down, I'm gonna spot anything. I'm seeing absolutely nothing. Like, no changes going to epic. I'm not... maybe it's there and I'm just not spotting it. I was looking down here, now I'll try looking over there. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm not seeing the difference. Hopefully it is there and it's not a bug. Actually, no, reverse that. Hopefully it is a bug. And that there should be a difference, but I'm not seeing it. I don't know. You know... I could see one scenario where it's in fact... there is a difference technically, but not visually. Because, and I'm only thinking about this because I don't have it, but I have seen some people talk about it. The Resident Evil 2 remake, and there's a host of options for textures, including like multiple levels to high, associated with different memory amounts. Which what I could see maybe being the case there, maybe also here, I don't know, I'm just pure wild speculation, is what if the game always tries to use the highest quality textures it can? But what texture quality does is it sets the priority of that. So at low, it's a low priority, so use the lower quality ones if it would help with performance, kind of thing, where if that's somehow a bottleneck, use the low quality. So when you go up to like high or epic, it's saying no, let it be slowed down, you have to use these. I don't know. I'm just purely pulling something out of the air that maybe that's a system, but I cannot see a difference. Alright, coming down to low again. It's like I see the big guys walking down there. Can I also see them at low? If I can see them at low, then that, yeah. It's... What's my note? Yeah. Can't see the difference between high and epic at Maker's Forge, but I mean, it's still functionally, minimum acceptable is still low. I mean, it's, yeah. For viewing distance. Alright, post-processing. I think... I'm just... have that there. I think, though, that when that's at low... No, that must be effects quality then. Okay, the heat distortion. Well... Yeah, I already have that set to epic for the maximum, so that would make sense that still stands, actually. Okay, so low being off, there's no more heat distortion, turn into medium, and you can see some right over here. Actually, probably see more than one place. Yeah, actually, I'm done, technically, with those. It's texture quality and viewing distance. And, oh yeah, I should also check shadow quality. I was like, once the maximum acceptable is the maximum setting, maximum option, I guess it makes sense to not check it anymore. Part of the reason that I was swapping between those is also just trying to remember what the hell am I trying to spot. Let's make it really bad. See, right now I'm just looking over at some of the rocks on the side there, and I turn off the other things so that there's no additional shadows being added by those effects. But it's... Yeah, it's epic is still screenshot difference. Yeah. Epic is still screenshot difference. It's... Just... No, because I was looking at her shadow before, so yeah, I'm... Sorry. Not much to see here. Alright. Let's go to the lowlands now.
Greetings. Please take your time.
There might be enemies. We'll see. I don't remember how to lock on. But I also remember that locking on actually wasn't always that good. And for anyone wondering, I'm still on the default combat because it's hard, it's kind of a bitch, but it's not that bad. Alright. You know what, also, hang on, let me just, because this is where, it's like right here that I got the screenshot of that weird artifacting, so, and it was present at low and medium, so I just want to confirm again that it looks like it has been fixed. And it does, it really does. Alright, and yeah, so the aliasing that we're seeing on the crossblade there, that would be temporal aliasing, how that's moving, but at high, yeah, it's gone. What did I put down for? Oh yeah, that's right, the motion blur. The softening isn't so bad. Alright. Oh, how do you like that? See another difference right over there. Wait a minute. Maybe I've just figured out part of what makes... No, I guess not. What the heck? Okay. It's viewing distance. So... at this angle, it's close enough to not have that shadow there. That is weird. Kind of wondering, is the shadow supposed to be there now? Okay, so... yeah. Alright. Shadow quality is now up to epic. I'm trying to remember, what was it that I saw before? Because I have the note of epic is better for shadows at distance, but still screenshot difference. That might just be me remembering what was before. So... the maximum acceptable is now epic. Epic because best distance. Yeah. Alright, view distance? Turn that back down. Which, all the way down to low. I mean, it's like, look at this, there is stuff here. And technically, I would expect some of it to not be present at a low view distance. Okay, so we got debris over here. Let's... where am I? I'm at epic. It's still there, though. I mean, it's... I'm just slipping back into thinking about the minimum acceptable. But yeah, I am really unconvinced that epic is necessary for the view distance. Oop. I hit that one. 5, not 4. Yeah. Alright. So... no, that's right. I was seeing something there. That's low. Epic, epic, epic. Shadow quality is epic. That's right. I just decided that. Alright, so... there's a change right over here. The shadow quality even. Not entirely sure how accurate that is, but some of this I don't know if high to epic is epic's being more accurate or if it's just doing things differently. like, high isn't unacceptable. Alright. But this, right now, is what I have as the maximum acceptable. And it's only view distance and texture quality that are not at their maximums. Texture quality is at low because I can't see the damn difference. And view distance because, again, I can't see the damn difference. So, yeah. That's that. How long have I been going? How long have I been talking? Just over an hour. My apologies. But that's where I am for it. Very good to see that artifacting has been fixed. Very good to see that. So that does mean that, yeah, there is an update to the minimum. So medium. Is that low? Yeah. What did I... Post-processing, medium, then low. So this is the minimum acceptable. You already had the high acceptable, so... Yeah. Alright. Where do I want it to be? I would probably do that. Post-processing up. Wait. No, post-processing I don't really need. That I'd want up. This at medium or high. Foliage quality is basically whatever. I mean, if it wasn't for the frame rate lock, I mean, I can run the whole game at its maximum if I wanted to. See, now I see a difference there. So yeah, okay, medium or high on that. Anti-aliasing at the epic just because of that softening that I was noticing. Yeah, so that's probably what I'm going to run it at. Anyway. I'm going to head back to Maker's Forge.
Good eating. Please.
But that's,
take your time.
That would be it. So thank you for your time. I'll performance data. You know what? I'm just thinking. I don't need to collect performance data on the desktop because of that frame rate cap. Although I'll quickly look it up. There probably is a way. I think there is because this is an Unreal Engine 4 game, and at least with Unreal Engine 3. There was a way to mod any files for it. So let me look this up. With one resource that's actually pretty nice, the PC Gaming Wiki. Alright, high frame rate. Yeah, if you set the... Okay. So for custom high frame rate, go to the config files, grab game user settings.ini and change frame rate limit to whatever it is you want. So okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out where exactly am I looking. Before going, I'll just try to bring up the file, have a look at that. User settings, right? Yes. And oh, there is a motion blur that can be disabled. Okay. I don't want to get that deep into it. I want to try to keep for this stuff, the quality, the graphics quality stuff. I don't want to go into any files for that. But for collecting data, alright, I'll see about changing frame rate limit. Yeah, so by default it says 0. I guess that's just something built in. So if I were to set that to 300, then if I restart the game, yeah, let me... I mean, what the hell, why not? Sorry, that's at a black screen, it just doesn't have an image. I'm changing that now, though. Helps if I go to the right folder. There. There we go. Oh, that's right. There. I didn't make it to be visible, to be shown in the video. I made it to just use as a thumbnail, so it's a lower resolution than the screen. Because YouTube has a 2 megabyte limit, and I'm using PNGs when I can. Alright, so it'll be just a moment. Let me make sure, yeah, we load it. Okay, it did set it back to 0, which isn't surprising. So back to 300. See, this way I'm also confirming if it works. There. Well, right now it's all the way up to 300, which isn't too surprising. And yes, good. I wanted to make sure the thing was picking it up correctly. Alright, continue. It's down to 200. Not down to 60. I mean, it's just bouncing around as it's loading. Alright, so right now, right here, it's at 60. 62. Don't do that. Okay. Now it's all the way up to 100. So I guess there is enough here to warrant something. What the hell, man? Yeah. It's okay. Maybe I will collect performance data. I don't know. I'm formulating a plan how I want to do it. I don't want to share it in case I don't do that plan. Alright, but gave you what that stuff is, and also I intend to have all of this information out. Like a CSV of the table I've been filling in. Yeah, let that there. You know what? There. So we can end. Because that works fine. But yeah, the tables that I've been putting the settings, options, and the notes in, that I will have somewhere public, so you'll be able to review that. Anyway, there you go. See you next time.